Hello, everyone. Let me change the mic. All right. Hopefully, this sounds better. I do have the AC on, though. I should maybe. Can you hear the AC? If anybody's watching, let me know if you can hear the AC. Um. All right. So today, I work on one of my revenue stream. Hopefully, one day. Which came to me through the Meta Bronx students. They spoke to me about they wanted to learn how to make a game. So I said, okay, how can I use this as an opportunity to teach them about business, teach them how to make games, which I've made games, but it's not my thing. I'm not like a gamer. I play games on my phone with my kids, but it's not, I wouldn't consider myself a gamer, right? But I do see the opportunity as a huge, huge industry, right? Like the gaming industry is massive, massive. And to me, the E-League game industry is going to be massive even more because that means anybody could be LeBron James. I could be LeBron James and I'm only 5'10", right? So if I could play till I'm 90 years old, it's much more longevity in being a gamer than being an athlete like a LeBron James. So I think, Zane, what's up? Orbital, what's up? Axel. So what I want to do is I'm starting to show the game that we concepted around a story that I came up with. So I'm going to give you the background story before we start working. I know, Axel, what's up, man? Thanks for coming. Tell everybody else to come through. So the game idea, the background of it is I was supposed to teach my my Meta Bronx group about marketing and media and content production, right? So when I met with them, I just knew they weren't interested in marketing my show. So I started talking to them, and they really were involved in games. They really like games. So I said, would you guys want to learn how to make a game? And then everybody lit up. Everybody's talking. And I was like, all right, I got to figure this out. I got to do this. So I said, all right, we're going to make a game. So we basically, oh, okay. It's all good. So I told them, okay, I'm going to come up with an idea. So I went back. I thought about a lot of the stuff. I tried to put myself in their shoes when I was their age, basically, right? So I said, what was I doing at that time? So at that time, I was doing graffiti. I was into comic books. So I would draw graffiti and comic books, and I would combine them. So at one point, I created a character. And that character is the character you see on the bottom of the screen over here. Yeah, right here. I used to draw that in loose leaf on walls. Got in trouble for that. But so I had this character that was basically a bomb. I never really created a story around him. I just liked the idea of a bomb that looked cool and had guns and smoked cigars. So what I did was I came up with a story around the character. So the story is in, I think it's 2080. I forgot the exact date, but my great grandson comes across my old art book, which would have some of those in it, some drawings like that, right? And he starts looking through it, right? And he keeps it in his room. So his mother at the time, my great granddaughter, I guess, whatever, she is a military general and she's involved in technology. So they create this bomb that can analyze and create matter, create things. So one day she's working on it and she needs to test something. So she brings it home. So the bomb comes alive while they're sleeping and scans the whole house, and it scans the drawings, and it becomes a mix of the drawings, the comic books, everything it sees, and it takes on its own personality. Then all the bombs in the military base get hacked. So the idea is this bomb has to help save everyone because it's the only bomb that didn't get hacked because it wasn't on base. But it also has its own personality. So based on this, I came up with this story, told them the story, they loved it, and then we tried to figure out gameplay ideas. So and then what we did is I had them work as CEOs, and I said, all right, now we're gonna hire game developers. We're gonna figure out concept art. We're gonna do all of it from scratch. So everybody came up with concept art. One of the students came up with the name bomb.exe, which I thought was a good name. We all thought was a good name, but mostly me. And then we hired a woman out of Israel that's developing the game right now. So we had a bunch of concept art. We had a bunch of meetings. We recorded them. I'm not putting them up yet, but once the game is live, I will put up everything with everybody's permission because they are minors. um, so today, what I'm thinking of doing instead of making the entrepreneur hour is I'm going to start working on the game because I need to give the woman assets to use in the game, and I haven't had time because Meta Bronx and everything else I'm doing has been taking a lot of my time. So I said, why not do the game design stuff live? And I get the opinion of the people who are in my group right now. I get anybody's feedback that's watching, any ideas, and I show them how this stuff works. Like, I am rusty. I'm not gonna lie. It's been at least 10 years since I touched most of these things I'm about to try to do. So we'll see how it goes. But and I don't even know if I have the right equipment, but we're just gonna see. Part of what I like to show is entrepreneurship is about trying. It's cool to fail. I fail every day, but I also innovate every day. Woo! Um, so yeah, so basically what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give you guys the link if you guys want to come on the show while I'm doing it. Anybody could jump in. I'm going to just share my screen while I create the game art that, and I'll talk through what it is. Actually, I'll show you guys the gameplay um, of where it is right now. She's working on it, and we go back and forth often about what she needs from me, um, which I have not gotten her anything yet other than the overall. So let me figure out the latest link or the last link that I think should be shown. It's not like anywhere near finished. So when you see this, it's not like it's a final game. So first off, while we're talking it out, any questions, any students with any Meta Bronx participants, any questions you may have, let me know. Finding this link. So the way we thought about the game was, I had came up with an idea of a gameplay where it was top down, and you could, because the character has two guns, as you can see, you could shoot, by tapping. Because we're gonna make a mobile game first, right? And then my sons, when I showed it to my sons, and someone in my other group, they were like, "You should make a Roblox game." My sons play Roblox all day, every day. So two of my sons, the other one plays Fortnite. So I'm showing them, and I'm like, "Look, you're gonna be involved in this. Tell me what you want to do." So Roblox, they were like, "We should make a Roblox game." So now I'm even planning on making I'm taking the idea of Mario Brothers, right? Where we have a story, but then we take that story and we put in a bunch of different game play type games, basically. So the first one will be mobile, and then a Roblox. I'm not really sure how it's gonna make money right now, I'll be honest, but we'll get there. So all right. Okay. All right. So I found the link. Let me see if there's an updated link. I'll ask. Um, all right, so I'll see if she's online right now, if she can update it to the latest. But all right, so I'm gonna share my screen. Like I said, anybody, yeah, David, what's up, man? Um, so anybody who wants to join and jump in and talk, let's do it. Right now, I'm gonna share my screen and just start showing where what the last thing was that she showed me. Also, I'm trying to grow my Twitch channel. So if you have Twitch, please go to Twitch here and follow me on Twitch to get to 50 people. I need to get to 50 people on Twitch. So, all right, here is. All right, so now you can see my screen. So the gameplay is pretty simple right now. The idea is you're top down and you're moving through an environment and you're going to be shooting based on where you tap. But the next version that we're working on, and this is not it, you basically will have two controllers. Like you'll have a joystick on the left and right side that you control. And it will, see, but when you, yeah, I'll have to explain. So the idea is you have to pick up energy because energy is released every time you shoot. And different weapons release different energy. See, but when you get hit, your energy goes down. So by getting hit and shooting, your energy goes down, but you got to pick up energy. When you kill them, they'll drop energy. So that's the kind of idea that we're going off of. And then you die, right? So right now, that's the overall idea. We're gonna test it with everyone that wants to play it. I'll give you access. We'll create some type of QA environment where people can say, I like this, I don't like that. Because when I had the brothers that made Swim Sanity on, one of the things they say is, you got to watch people play it. So I think I'm going to create a Twitch environment where I can watch people play it. I don't know how I'm going to do that, but I'm thinking about it. So right now, though, I need to give her assets, right? We have the character, we have the gun, we have the bad guys, we have the explosions, we have the power bars, all this stuff I have to design and work on. It takes a long time. I don't know if I'm going to stream all of it, but right now I just figure for this show today, instead of doing Entrepreneur Hour, I work on one of the revenue streams, which is the game, which I got to get her the stuff anyway. And see, this revenue stream may never turn into money, to be honest. I do like the story. I would like to create some type of animation around it one day. Because if you don't know, that's how I started. I was an animator. I went to school for 3D animation and all that stuff. So I love that stuff, but it's just not something I work on anymore. But it is a one of my passions, pretty much. But I let it die for the love of money, kind of. But yeah, I'm bringing it back. Even that drawing, even the drawing you see there, haven't drawn this character in probably 20 years, easy. But it's like riding a bike. So all right, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use a program that I used to use a lot, and they changed the name. It's called Flash, and now it's called Adobe Animate, to start creating the assets for the game. So, and also even stuff like the home screen and stuff like that, I got to create. So I think I'm going to just start with the assets of the game, and I'll update them over time. But I'll start out with that. So sharing my screen. All right. So I don't know how this is gonna work out because I have a few things open. I got Slack open, which let me close Slack. So my Metabronx watchers, if anything is happening in Slack that I like somebody's asking questions, just put it in the chat. Preferably in Twitch. I'm trying to grow the Twitch channel, so everything I do around this game, I want to angle it towards Twitch. And I just realized I thought I fixed this. You know what? I'll leave it. So, all right, this is Adobe Animate. I did start working on it, but I was more working on the screen of the kind of the welcome screen of the game, right? So if you see on the corner, there's the image that I drew, and then this is the title so far. My idea was I wanted to create a graffiti anime comic book merge. Right? So when I was a kid, that's what I would do. I would make graffiti, I would make comic book stuff, and then I would make some anime stuff. And then I wrap it all in like the Disney happy story ending, right? So that's the kind of idea. Those were all kind of my inspirations, pretty much. Comic books, heavy. Disney movies, heavy. Anime, heavy. Graffiti, heavy, right? So those 4 elements, I just wanted to like mix them up. So what I want to do with this game is I want it to feel like a graffiti aesthetic. And what I mean by that is I feel like anything that you see around games with graffiti, the game is about making graffiti. But I wanted to create some type of environment where, you know, how they have like Lord of the Rings, right? It's called fantasy. They have this world that's everybody knows is like a Lord of the Rings type story, right? Whenever you see elves and stuff like that. One of the background ideas I've always had is to create a story environment around that's in graffiti world universe. So this is going to be one of the first ones where I try this. We'll see how it works out, but that's my idea. So also, like I said, any of you Meta Bronxers or anybody wants to jump on, the link is in the description. It's a StreamYard link. I mean, not in the description, in the chat. So what I'm doing here was I was starting to trace and recreate this in Flash digitally so I can animate it, right? But right now, in the hopes of getting this done as fast as possible, one of the ideas I've been playing with is making the art feel like it's on a piece of paper, on a notebook. So because like what I said, the way I created this game was I drew it a lot in school, right? I figure why not take that back and make the whole game be played on a piece of paper. Hold on one second. Actually, can you guys hear my air conditioner in the background? I feel like it's a little loud. Let me know in the chat if you can hear my air conditioner. Because if you do, I'm gonna turn it off. So okay, so here, oops, I'll put it here. Here's the idea I was talking about, where you know the game could look like it's on a piece of paper, right? So the whole thing is happening on a piece of paper. So that's one of the ideas I want to kind of get feedback on. What anybody watching, do you think it'd be cool if the game looked like it was being played on a piece of paper? That helps me in a few ways. It means I have to do less animation in vectorizing this character and all that. And I could do more drawing and positioning instead of going through the work of making all this stuff vector pretty much. So what do anybody think about that? What do you think about that? Lumberjack, what do you mean by nah, you good? Should I vector it or should I make it look like it's on a piece of paper? And anybody watching, anywhere you watching, I want feedback because it's kind of an important decision. You saying make it look like it's on a piece of paper? Have you ever seen a game like that? Has anybody ever seen a game that looked like it was being played on a piece of paper? I wonder if I'm copying somebody or anything. All right. So Ayana said yes. Anybody else says yes? All right. Ayana says yes. Anybody else think I should make it like it looks like on a piece of paper? Right now, we only got one vote. So I'm going to kind of go with it for right now. So what I have to do, though, is I'm going to start working in April. Awesome. Okay. Yes. You like the piece of paper. So you have seen it like that? All right. But I doubt it was graffiti. So what I'm going to start to do is actually wait. All right. So April thinks is unique. All right. Dope. All right. All right. So basically what I'm going to start doing is I'm going to create a new, because iPhone game, right? All right. So I'm going to take this loose leaf. I didn't mean to do that, but so basically what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make, maybe I'll do something like that so you can see that it's loose leaf piece of paper and it's like a weird angle. All right. All right. Let me all right. Then I will, right. Okay, so I can make the home of the game very much like this, right? And it's like play now. Actually, also what I did was I did a UX document where I broke down every the overall idea to show the developer, right? So before we hired the developer, I had to show them what I wanted them to do. So that's a sneak peek right there. This is an app I'm about to launch, another revenue stream, but that one's gonna be kind of crazy. I can't wait to show you guys that. All right, so this is what I sent the developer, right? A lot of this has changed, to be honest, because now the game is played sideways. I forgot about that. So right now. So this was the way we were coming up with concepts, and I basically created something simple that explained the way we were thinking. After we showed this to the developer, and then we had internal conversations after they showed us that first version, after she showed us the first version I showed you, we went back and we started talking about what we would prefer based on what we started thinking. We pretty much scrapped a lot of the way it worked and we changed it a lot. So I just remember that. All right, so I'm gonna quit that and turn this to the side. to do. Image. All right. So basically, and again, nothing has to be super final, but what I could do is something like this for like the first screen, right? And it could be I could draw in graffiti play now, which I don't have right now, but I have to do something like that. But right now, okay, one screen done ish. So what I'm gonna do though is I'm gonna save. This could maybe be the load screen or something. I go around, my mic is here. You can't see it. It's positioned so you can't see it, but makes it so I gotta. The paper will give the game a unique look. No, actually, the maker of Rap Gods is making a graffiti game. Oh yeah, that's awesome. I say check if anyone else had the idea, and if they have, change it into your own style. Yeah, I mean, I'm never really worried about. It's just more. I want to see if somebody did do it. I want to look at it for inspiration. They say good artists copy, great artists steal. So I don't mind stealing. Uh, so far, any questions, any ideas? I know I may have been doing stuff without you seeing. So right now, I'm working on taking this current image and using it as much as possible, right? So these images that I drew, this could be the loading screen or something, or the home screen, whatever. Because I'm not. We're talking about making multiple gameplays, right? So there could be a story mode, there could be an endless mode, and then there could be a multiplayer mode. What I'm talking to them about is the business decisions of all this, right? Each mode means more money. How am I going to recoup this money? If you want to make it as a business, it needs to have some type of revenue model so we can test before I spend too much money. I'm already spending, I want to say it's less than 1,000, but if it's 1,000, let's just say 1,000, how you making 1,000 back, right? So this is the conversations that I'm having with them. I'm showing them how you think about doing stuff like this. I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna turn off the AC. Um, I'm gonna leave it like this actually. Hold on, I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. Run ads. So the thing about ads, so if you think about, so we had this discussion, right? People don't like ads. People don't want ads. But when I did the research and I said, all right, how are other games making money? Ads are there. In-app purchases is another idea, right? The thing with in-app purchases is most people don't do it, right? So the way it normally works is less than 1% will actually buy an in-app purchase. So you need to get a lot of people playing the game to make money with in-app purchases. So you see games that come out, like my sons are playing this game. It's like the most popular game on PlayStation right now. What's the most popular game on PlayStation right now? What is it? Phil? Whatever. Phil. Fall Guys. So, right, that game is multiplayer, right? So there's like thousands of people playing it. The incentive is to be a multiplayer game. So then you bring in all those people, and then you have Fall Guys. So then a percentage of those people buy skins and stuff like that, right? And my sons have already bought like $5 worth of skins. We didn't pay for the game, but they play it so much and they like it and they buy the skins. Fortnite, same thing, right? Fortnite's a free game. You can buy weapons, this, that. But you just need a lot of traffic to make that make sense. And I'm not sure if in the beginning you could plan for that, right? So it comes back to business, right? Because it's the same idea with a technology startup. Facebook, YouTube, all these things, they're free. They get a lot of people and then they become valuable. But to do that, they get upfront money from venture capitalists. So the venture capitalists basically fund the time when the company makes no money. And that's what happens with all these games. Fall Guys, PlayStation, or whoever did, I think it's PlayStation, they put however much money into finding an addicting game like that, right? Knowing that they have all the right pieces to get a bunch of people on the actual game. So with this, it's me. I'm paying for it, but I don't have a bunch of money to put into this revenue stream, right? Like it's not that potent for me. So I really don't know how to do it. Mostly depends on what your game offers. That's another game may not. That another game may not. Like what, Brandon? What are you thinking? Like what could we offer that another game can't? I don't know. I'm not really a gamer, like I said. That's another problem. Which brings me to a point, right? We spoke about being an accredited investor. Accredited meaning sophisticated. You should know the industry you are trying to make revenue from. I am trying to learn it. The gaming industry, I know, is going to be massive. I've been having conversations with people in the Bronx about creating e-leagues. There's a gaming network that I'm working with people on. But that's me just trying to understand this environment. But even me, I tell the partners in that, like, I just want to understand what the idea is and how I can make money. So you guys, as the experts, figure out the plan, and then I'll figure out how to add money to it, how it can make money. But that's kind of lazy. I need to like get more an understanding, and then I look at it as a way to connect with my kids, right? My kids are really into games. So I'm like, all right, maybe I could show them business through this too. And I have been, right? Like my youngest son is really interested in making the Roblox game. And he's giving me ideas. But when I ask him, let's talk about the business, he doesn't want to talk about it. But he talks about the game, right? So that's how I look at this. Like I'm using it in many ways. And even right now, being here, I'm working on about 5 different revenue streams, right? One revenue stream, YouTube. Another revenue stream, Twitch, because Twitch pays people. So I'm trying to grow my Twitch. So again, if you have this, follow me on Twitch. And if you have Amazon Prime, I'm going to ask you to subscribe to me on Twitch because I make $5. And you don't pay anything. So right, we got YouTube, Twitch, the game, personal brand, right? Uh a skill set, right? I'm showing you a skill set that I have that I can make money from, right? I can make money designing or doing whatever you see here. All right, let's see. Let's see. You know what would be interesting? A game that teaches you business savvy. That would be interesting. I would love to figure that out, but I don't think. I guess it's right target audience matters because if you thought it was a game that made you better at business, would a kid? Well, I guess it's target audience, right? Maybe entrepreneurs would play it. I would. I would. Like I played Monopoly and stuff like that, and people tell you Monopoly is better, makes you better at business. I really don't know how, other than it tells you to buy more property, right? Make hotels, which is what I'm doing. um, but yeah, I mean, I would really my whole point of doing this is to teach business. I think games can be the new lemonade stand, right? Kids are really interested in games. There's a lot of money being made in games. If we could figure out how to like bridge that like knowledge, I think it could be very powerful. I don't know how to do it. I'm not probably I would love more feedback on how to do that. All right, so let's see what you said. Board gamers spend $300 a month in board games. Whoa. I did not know that. So maybe we should make a game about business. um Oh, Rich Dad Poor Dad. Yeah, I heard about this one actually. My father told me about this. Have you gotten it? Did you buy it? People actually bought it. Yeah, I heard about this. My dad wanted to buy it. He was gonna buy it and we were gonna play, but COVID hit. So he's like, then I gotta buy two, and you guys gotta be over there. We gotta figure out how to do it. So that's I did hear about this. And then there's another board game that I heard about based on called Slicing the Pie, which is based on how you create a company early and get partners and give up equity. And I know the author of that made a book. You would get it for $50. How? You get discounts on board games? You do? No, but you'll get $50 on finding it, find the hookup. All right, so we're gonna for now. I'm gonna go with the idea of making the game as a drawing on a loose leaf, right? So okay, now a question: should I make it color, or should I leave it black and white? I want anybody watching. What do you think? Should I make it color or should I make it black and white? I'll show you how I can make it color, and maybe that can help make some decisions. But so I'll start here. This here is a boxing glove. So the idea this character can create anything it sees. So I figure at one point there's a comic book and it has boxing gloves and he sees. So one of the participants was like, you should make a melee attack. So I said, what if it's a boxing glove and he punches? So I created the boxing glove. So I'll show you how it could look by coloring in the boxing glove. And again, I'm pretty rusty. It's been a while since I did this stuff. So all full disclosure, I might bail and just have somebody that's better at me do this eventually. pay somebody to do it. So right now I'm just making an outline of the area that I'm going to color red. All right, so that's the glove. And then what I'll do is I'll paint it. Can you see what I'm doing? Yeah, you can see. Um, all right, so let's say I do red, right? Um, maybe that's too light. That's too um I guess while I'm figuring this out. All right, what do you guys think? Do you think color's better or not color? What's the vote? What's the vote? Color, no color? All right. Mostly black and white that turns to color. Huh. Wow, you usually pay 310, no, I mean $3 30 to $110 for a game. Can you link me to some of these games? I want to see what these games are. And definitely I want to if you find the Rich Dad Poor Dad game, find it for me. I'll play that. We should I would see if we could create some Twitch content where we play the games against each other, board games where multiple people have them. That could be cool. Um, you like the color? All right, so vote. I need to see the votes. Is it better color, better without color? I'm trying to use feedback. Let me keep coloring to see if I'll keep coloring. All right. It's going down. So I'm gonna keep coloring. All right. Yeah, please send me links. I want to see the links of these games. Board games. $300. Wow. Um I actually saw a company that makes your board game. Like you send them. I think I sent it to you. Actually, Ayana, I'm pretty sure, right? That you it's in China though. I don't know how it's going now. But you send them your idea, they build it, and they print it every time somebody buys it. Paper Mario, that's true. I did have that game. I bought that for my sons. Paper Mario. Yeah, let me look that up actually. Let's see how Paper Mario. Also, see the way they did it was crumpled pieces of paper. See, but it's not loose leaf. It's not drawing in school when you should be paying attention like I should have been. Um oh, but this is yeah, I remember it was like a 3D environment, but you were flat. That was the idea, right? You were a flat asset on a 3D environment. Another reason I like showing, I want to show you guys the process of doing this is making a game is 1,000 times harder than making a website or an app. Like, and if you guys want to figure out what to go to school for and stuff like that, like the guests I had that made Swim Sanity, they said it. They said, it's better to go to school to learn how to develop because now you have multiple options, right? With a game, you only really can make games if you in the game industry. If you only learn how to make games, you can only make games. But if you learn how to code and think UX, all this stuff, that's why I can build the things I can build, because I learned how to do all this stuff. Actually, before it was like taught in school, really. I had to learn it on my own on the internet and with books. So now they're teaching you guys in school how to code, how to do stuff like that. And it might feel boring for some, but you still can do stuff like this. Code a game. And to be honest, I didn't want to code the game. I rather I really didn't feel like learning how to code in Unity right now, even though it is a skill set that I believe is going to be high in demand. If it's not already, probably is. And another big thing, since this is about revenue streams, Unity, which is the top game creation engine right now, is about to go public. If you're a gamer and you play games or you spend money on any game, highly suggest you buy that stock before you spend money on any other game. 62% of games right now are created on Unity. That's crazy. That's market share dominance in a pretty intense arena, right? Like gaming is big. Think how it is, millions of games, and for 62% of them to be created by a platform that is about to go public, I will be putting a few dollars in that. And again, I'm not really the stock guy at all, but I do look back at the misses I had. For instance, Facebook, YouTube. I knew when all these things were coming out, when they were going public. I didn't buy it. Like a dummy, I could have. I had the wherewithal and the money to do it. I just didn't think about it. I didn't really think it was the best use of money. I didn't. But I really wasn't caring about saving money and stuff like that either. So the idea though is, I think I said it yesterday. If you watched, if you didn't, they say if you bought an Apple stock worth of the iPod when it first came out, which was $400, you would have $62,000 today, right? So when you think about this game stuff, if you believe gaming is not going anywhere and Unity is the main way people make games right now, I think I would put money in that. All right, I'm having a problem. I don't know why. I'm trying to paint black. All right, there it is. So it seems like everybody likes the color idea, right? Let me know if anybody is kind of secretly hoping, because it's a lot less work, to not do it in color, but I'll do whatever makes sense to make the game popular. All right, so all right, one more vote. I guess if you watching, I'll let the vote keep going. If you ever watch this anytime, 100 years, because that's the dope thing about making content, right? This stuff lives forever. It lives forever. When this game one day is making $1 million a day, and I have an army of young Bronx or people anywhere in the world, kids or young adults working on the game, you're gonna be able to go back and see the first steps, right? And this video might be making $1 million a day just there, right? So that's where making content around your creations is a big deal, I think. So What about partial color? I like that idea. And it does help me and not have to do too much work. What do you think about partial color, partial not color? So having certain things have color. I guess one thing I worry about is certain things will stand out a lot more. Like if you see this, and it could be the red I'm using, certain things are going to stand out a lot. So maybe one thing I'll do is I'll lower the opacity so it's not as overpowering. But I don't know. How does that look? What do you guys think? Oh, you haven't seen it. There. All right. So what do you think if I like lower the opacity of, so this versus this? What do you think? More bright or more opaque? So it doesn't, one of my worries is that things are just going to be so much more vibrant than others. So like, so if I make the gun, for instance, the gun is going to be pretty shiny, but what I have to do is I have to do top down anyway. I have to do controllers. So you know what though? I'm gonna come back to this. If anybody thinks more vibrant or less vibrant, let me know. Make sure everybody, if you're watching on Twitch, please go to Twitch, watch on Twitch, follow me on Twitch. I'm trying to grow Twitch up. So maybe I move the piece of paper. Oh, that could be cool. So it could be like right here, you start the game, right? And when you press play, the paper goes up and you're in a different part of the paper playing the game. Or different menu is a different part of the paper. That could be cool. That's pretty cool. I like that. You like both? You like the vibrant and the all right, so I can always change it. It's just really figuring out what makes the most sense. Yeah, that actually looks good. All right, so gotta save. Remember to save. This whole thing can crash and I'm screwed. All right, so you know what? I'm not gonna work in here for right now. Just gonna stay in Photoshop. All right, so you know what? Let me start figuring out the next piece of paper. So is this the menu though? Maybe I make the menu items right here. Boom, boom, boom. I don't know. That's the problem with doing this stuff live. Like it's a lot of thinking. And I know that's not intriguing content. But it's good to me. I feel like it's interesting to have conversations with people. Wow, that was an hour already. So you see how fast this goes. In an hour, I only put one color on one glove. But I definitely learned some things. I got some feedback on what you guys think is best. I did start the bomb EXE content that I will start to create more often. I may even have, and I'll see, because not everybody is as comfortable as I am being on camera, but I would love for you guys to meet the developer I have working on it. Um, the young adults that I had work on it, uh, jump on the camera and we could talk about the game, but people are scared of being on camera. Um, I'm gonna change that though. So my Meta Bronxers today, the Meta Bronxers that are watching, any feedback on anything you saw? We got 5 minutes. Any questions? Any ideas? And Ayana, you too. Thank you for watching. Definitely looking at trying to make as much as this game on a live as possible. I don't know how that will work out, but I'm gonna try. I think somebody's knocking. So you know what? For the rest of the time, to maybe I get some questions, I will start maybe coloring this in, so I don't feel like all I got was a glove. All right, so this is a glove. Make another. I don't know what color though. This is the problem. What color should I? Huh. Kind of thinking yellowish, but I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna play around with different color palettes for the game. Because to be honest, in the first version of the game, the glove is not even there. It's just I didn't want to pay for too many weapons without making sure the game was fun. So I started out just with the gun. And then the bad guys have lasers. So what I might do, I might create a live of me drawing. I don't know. We'll figure it out. No pressure. I am the boss. I can choose if I want to do it or not. So yeah, it should be a grenade. Of course, the idea is the O should be a grenade. Oh, not bad. The idea was it's like a bowling ball that can move around and create matter, and then it gets it learns about these other things, these other like looks and personalities that it's around, and it starts to develop a character that merges all those other personalities, right? And then it also picks up personalities from the comic books it scans, the things it sees, right? So right now, the idea is we'll start with a simple gameplay. I would love eventually to make a virtual reality game, an augmented reality game, where you're walking around and you have this bomb following you and it's doing things with you. And it's like, oh, you want me to blow that up? You know? So that's the stuff I have in my brain, but everything takes cash. But to spend cash, if you've been learning, you gotta understand how to make it. So I don't want to be spending too much cash on this game without knowing how it's gonna make money. Unless I get investors. And this may be a way to get investors, but I don't know. I gotta get there. I pretty much know how I could get investors for anything, but it's really about me feeling comfortable selling something, right? I don't want to sell something that I don't believe can make money back, right? So, anything I've sold is because I know it's very easy for me to sell that it will make money. A game, whole different ball game, you know, or a bomb with a fuse. Yeah, that's pretty much what that's the drawing right there. It's a bomb with a fuse. You don't see the fuse down here because I cut it out trying to get it for this picture, but the idea is definitely is a fuse. And that's another idea. Like eventually the fuse would run out and explode. So that could add like a time limit to gameplay, right? So you have to do something in a certain amount of time or you blow up. A way not to blow up is to gain more energy, right? So that's another idea we've been talking about with the group. But again, I wanna make it as much of a community project as possible. So definitely would love any feedback on the game, the story, even though the story is not going to be part of the game first version. Eventually, the more I figure out how the thing can make money, the more I'll invest in more ways of telling the story. Do a crossover board game. Let's do it. I don't care. As long as it can make money and it don't just cost money, I'm good. I'm willing to do it. But definitely, I'm willing to work on a board game. Let's do it. If you think board games, if you think I guess I don't really have a target audience. Oh, if we're talking about target audience, another part of this game that I did speak to the Meta Bronxers about was I want this to be targeted towards minorities. There's rarely a game you see where the entire cast is minority, right? So I told you this story is based on me projecting my future, right? So I'm saying my great grandkids are gonna find my drawing books, and I have them, and I have the drawing that I did of this, which I lost it. Where is it? I'll put it away. Right. So I want this to be my great granddaughter, and I told them my mom is Afro Latina, right? So I said I want her to be darker skin, a dark skin Latina, and maybe her son, who's the I didn't even mention him, but the son is the kid that starts to program and work with the robot, right? And the son, he'll be lighter, darker, whatever we decide, right? But the idea is we mix races, we have Hispanic, Black, but we don't really get that. There's not a lot of games that have that. And so I want to start doing that too. So it'll be like a bunch of things I'm hitting towards doing this, right? Angling stories and games around minorities, because there should be. And then showing how a game could be created, right? How you could take a story. Of course, it takes money, it takes investment. And imagine if I had to pay for the drawings and all this stuff, it would cost more. Luckily, I have the skill set. I had the skill set. Let's see if I still have the skill set to do some of this, right? And I can at least launch something. I will be able to create something myself asset-wise that I give the developer and we can launch. So that's the goal. Another thing I've been thinking about is, you see how we got these little rips? What if the characters were like ripped out of pieces of paper and they move around like if they're pieces of paper on another piece of paper, versus the drawings moving on the piece of paper, there's pieces of paper moving. It's another idea I've been like thinking about to make it a little easier in animation. Because what it would be is it'll be like the pieces of paper are moving, and like as the bullets are shooting, they're like little ripped pieces of paper that are shooting, you know? Another thing, any feedback on that? Any ideas of anything? Yeah, looking forward to anybody who watched. First of all, thank you for watching wherever you watched. I see most of my people on Twitch. Thank you. Thank you for the Twitch community. It's Twitch and YouTube only right now. So that's awesome, because most of the time it's a lot of Facebook. But I'm trying to grow my YouTube and my Twitter. Link up with Omari Akil, the creator of Rap Gods. He has a company called Board Game Brothers. All right. You know what? I'm going to hit him up, see if I have him on the show. Thank you, Ayana. I'm going to reach out to him and see if he could give me some insight on that business. Revenue streams, right? I'm looking for revenue streams. If I can make a game that has multiple revenue streams, right? You have Roblox revenue stream. You have the mobile game revenue stream. You have the board game revenue stream. Maybe we make a little movie, cartoons revenue stream, YouTube channel revenue stream, right? So that one idea can have 5 revenue streams. Shirts, another revenue stream, right? So it's not hard. It's just really what would people want. So the hardest part is figuring that out. And that's where you spend money. Because right now, I'm taking a gamble, a guess that people are going to like this game, going to like the story, going to download it, play it, buy in-app purchases. A lot of hopes. You got to test it to see and make changes. So hopefully, oh yeah, you're a play tester for him? Nice. All right. I'm going to check it out. So ask him if he'd be on my show. Ask him if he's willing to come on my entrepreneur hour. If you know him, hook it up. So I'm going to end it. We went over an hour. This was pretty fast. So thank you guys. Thank you for anybody who watched. Thank you for the Twitch community, the Twitch community that's growing. Thank you. The YouTube community. Thank you as always. I think YouTube, what I like about YouTube is it's forever, right? Twitch, I like what it's doing though. I like a lot about what it's trying to get that live element. It's trying to really grow you in that live element, which YouTube does well as well. But I think Twitch is really onto something. We'll see. So again, thank you for everybody who watched. Again, innovate every day. Thank you for coming by. When the game is done, please download it, play it, buy an in-app purchase, buy a shirt, whatever. But thanks again for watching. I'll be back tomorrow. Tomorrow, I'm going to have the entrepreneur hour, though, and I have an investor, a real estate investor, a big multi-stream guy, and and he's my partner on a few projects. But yeah, Bronx guy, made it, millionaire, and he's going to come on the show tomorrow and explain and ask any questions you guys may have. So thank you for watching. See you back tomorrow.